Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. First of all, if you didn't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives book out on Amazon. So yes, in today's video, I want to talk to you about my worst asexual, well, an asexual dream that literally turned into a nightmare, and it's my worst asexual relationship nightmare. So what is this? So yes, yesterday I woke up after having a dream, and I think I interrupted myself and went to the toilet in the middle of the dream. But anyway, I had this dream, and yeah, this dream was basically this guy that I was really interested in. He looked like he was Spanish, even though he reminded me of an Indian guy I used to like. And we were basically in this canteen, and it was like somewhere I used to actually work in real life. And so we were sat there, and we were having food, and then we were getting to know each other more and more. And then he was asexual, or so he said. And then I started getting really, really kind of like emotionally connected to him, and we had a little kiss. And then as time went on and we were chatting, he started talking about sex, saying he would like to try it at least once. And so something that was really nice in this dream, when I was getting to know him, I was starting to feel more and more attraction for him. I think he was like 23, 24. And I was thinking, I haven't really been with a Spanish guy before. Maybe this will be different. Maybe this could work out. And I was getting all my hopes up. And then all of a sudden, towards the end of the dream, it was like, yeah, he wants sex. And that's like my worst asexual nightmare in terms of like getting really attached to a guy, is if he changes his mind about having sex. I mean, because I've met some asexual guys online, and they don't want to die a virgin, as they say, and so therefore they want to have sex. And to me, it seems bizarre. I mean, I understand that some asexuals are sex positive, some asexuals will engage in sex, but most of the asexuals I come across are ones that could take sex and have it or leave it if they're going to be sex positive. They don't really need it. They don't care if they try it or have it or not. Do you know what I mean? So, but when I had two guys in my past, and they were both on the grey asexual side of the spectrum, and they both said about, they'd want to basically try sex at least once. It really shocked me, because I was like, well, I'm not up for that. I don't want sex again in my life. So, I think that's the danger, is if you get with a asexual person in a relationship and they're a different type of asexual to you, and they do change their mind about having sex, and you're sex repulsed, and all of a sudden they've decided they do want to try it, and it's an important thing for them to do in their life and relationship. Because if you really don't want it and they definitely want to have it, you've got no choice but to end that relationship, unless you want to have a polyamorous relationship, or let them try it with someone else. I personally don't want that, because I'm monogamous. Then it's kind of like really upsetting. And I think people can't help changing. People change, it's part of life, but it really is really upsetting and horrible if you've got really emotionally attached to someone and you just find out that you're incompatible like that. And I think in general, if you find an asexual person for a relationship and then you find out down the line that you're incompatible in major ways, it's just not good, because it is kind of hard to find asexual who you connect with in a relationship manner, and I think it's rarer, so therefore it seems more scarce and more precious, and kind of more less likely to be able to happen. And so when it does happen, it can kind of feel absolutely incredible, and then to have it taken away from you again is like really difficult. But I have read in comments in some places, like I think someone commented on my channel quite a long time ago as well, is that their partner went from just identifying as asexual to demisexual, and they wanted sex, and so basically the person said they felt they were going to have to open the relationship up because they didn't want to lose that person. I just couldn't do that. I just would be devastated, you know. I just couldn't do it. I would definitely class that as cheating. And I know if it's polyamorous and you've agreed to it, that's different. But for me personally, I couldn't agree to it. I just feel like it wasn't right, you know, and I'd rather stay and be single, you know. So I think it's really difficult, like, if you think about your worst asexual nightmare that's coming true. And so this dream was like, oh my gosh, it was a really beautiful dream. I was getting on really well with this guy, having little kisses, thinking this guy's really nice. Maybe something will work out with him. Because I like younger foreign guys, but I've never thought about having a Spanish guy really before, and not very often anyway. And then, yeah, just to have the dream end with the fact that he said he wanted sex was just horrible. And I do, you know, there's nothing you can do though if someone changes their mind, and you know, you can't control other people just like they can't control you. So, you know, I think there's always that worry about, you know, someone could change on the spectrum, because people are changing all the time quite a lot in terms of asexuality. I've come across quite a few people who've literally changed how they identify. Some people have gone from grey asexual to aromantic asexual to you know, like some people have gone from panromantic to heteromantic, and you know what I mean? It's just like a lot of change sometimes with some people. I'm very steadfast and strong. I like to think that I'm quite fixed in terms of what I am, in terms of my asexuality, because I like being that way. I'm not saying I'll never change, because you never know, do you? And I think you should always be kind to yourself. And if you feel like you want to try a different asexual label, if you like labels, you want to identify slightly different, you know, I don't think you should hold back and not do it, because it's your life and you only live once, you know. But I do think that it's important that you do recognize, you know, when you need to change, and it is going to impact other people, obviously. But yeah, that is my greatest fear, that I'll end up in a relationship with a guy who said he's asexual and could live without sex, but then changes his mind. I'm really emotionally attached to him. I really don't want to split with him. I'd have to, because it's no good staying with someone who isn't right for you. You know, it's much better to be alone, be on your own, be single, than with the wrong person. So yeah, but on a positive note, I did get about 11 plus hours of work done on my Asexual Guide to Sex book when I woke up. After having that nightmare of a dream, I then just got on with my book, and I'm so happy I did, because I haven't been able to do any of that till today this month. So I'm really glad, because I'm still determined to finish it. It's an amazing book. It's very complex. There's so much in it. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really write this stuff? Obviously, I've got other asexuals in it besides me. But yeah, so I guess like the dream was not great, but at least I got a lot of book work done today. And I have to say that, you know, that when I work on my Asexual Guide to Sex book, I do feel really at peace and at one with my soul. And even though I don't personally want sex again in my life, I still kind of love writing about it to help other people. It's been quite shocking about how much I can write about the subject. I've become an expert in it, I think. But yeah, so I'm learning a lot still about myself as well, just by writing the book. I always learn stuff about myself when I write books. It's very interesting. You know, and I put a lot of time, energy and effort and soul into my books, you know. So I've moved on to another chapter finally. You know, on the final last chapters I need to do now, thank goodness. So I still got some work to do. But yeah, I did it from like 11:21 in the morning to 22:05. But I had a bit of time off to get some food. But yeah, so at least something good happened after the nightmare. But yeah, I want to know, what are your greatest asexual fears, you know, in terms of asexual relationship, you know? I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.